brand is nothing but a promise delivered. Deliver the promise. The brand's a living, breathing organism that goes on and on and on. And you don't do it. They do it. And they've been doing it since the beginning of time. They just didn't have all the necessary tools to be as vocal as they can be today. Those same people that were bitching about you right now were bitching about you 10 years ago before all this stuff showed up. It's just now they got a bigger platform. And even then, I'm going to read the comments. I'm going to see who's really doing it, how many times they've done it, gauge whether it's men or women, because that'll determine my path forward as well, by the way, just FYI, because I'll talk to you about what that means. So engagement's the new ROI. So remember, I went back. There we go. It helps to know the buttons. So that's the new product, by the way. That's what it looks like. High adrenaline, high definition. And in fact, the new ad campaign, which we are starting to run now, has a fish tank with piranhas in it and the camera in the middle of it with the piranhas swimming around and people trying to grab it with their hand. And it says, "Go ahead, I dare you. It's worth it." Because we're going after a younger, more hipper, and really aggressive audience on that particular product. So today our brand's really changed in the way in which we look, feel, and so forth. So we're moving forward in terms of that. It's a bunch of corporate crap, so let's pass that. So for us, it's about changing the human relationship. It really takes time. And so this is a fundamental piece of who we are and what we're trying to do. Let me show you this video. That's an internal video that's not ever shown usually outside except for events like this. As we were starting to come through that transformation, you can imagine the transformation fatigue that we had over and over and over. And we taught a lot of people how to cut, a lot of people how to do things differently, but we didn't teach them how to feel, make their own decisions because it was all, generated. And we're moving into what we call a growth company. And as you move to a growth company, well, we have to start having a better mood about ourselves. So we said, hey, we should think about it. Even as the country's coming out of this recession, let me start thinking about it's time to smile. And that's at the core of who we are and what we do. And when we think about it, our focus is now going to be on what we call the Chief Memory Officer. Because what we're doing is focusing in on, and on the consumer side, because I think a lot of you are here on the consumer side, so I want to cover that, is we have 4 distinct businesses driving 3 value propositions. 3 value propositions in 2 distinct categories facing one specific consumer. And men, why I like you, I respect you, I do not care about you when it comes to our consumer products. Because the one person I care about is the Chief Memory Officer. She's a young mom, she's sync and savvy, she's creative, and she's very photo passionate, and she's, a confined creative. She likes making stuff, but she doesn't have time. So she doesn't have time to do the things that she wants to. At the same time, she's also the Chief Financial Officer of the household. And for a long time, the model has been cheap razors. It's been about exceedingly expensive blades in the model. Basically give you the razor and charge you for the razor blades and charge you a pretty penny. And we think that desire for print has been trampled on. And so we're going after our competitors fairly aggressively in this area. Our business is up again, as I said, 100%. Over last year when our biggest competitor is down 27%. And why? It was because we're focusing in on the key messages around the value of print, and by print and prosper. Do you know what the most expensive liquid, or what's your most perceived perception of liquid? And if we ask most of you what you thought the most expensive liquid is per ounce, you would probably say it's crude oil. Crude oil. And what's more expensive than crude oil? Bottled water. Exactly. Good for you, sir. Good job. Bottled water. Now, what's more expensive than bottled water? Some of you be doing that this evening? Vodka. That's right. Vodka is more expensive than bottled water per ounce. What's more expensive than vodka? Some of you had a better year, so it might be champagne. And then, if you're not careful and you've had too much vodka and you've had too much champagne for the evening, you might need the next most expensive liquid, which is penicillin. All right? And more expensive than all of those combined is black ink from Big Ink. It's more expensive than human blood. Now, during the oil crisis last year, when you were paying $4 a gallon for gas, you were outraged. When you drove up your car, and let's say it had 20 gallons in your car, and you filled it up for $80. Remember that? You were complaining. Imagine if you filled up your gas tank with ink from Big Ink. Do you know what it would cost? Anyone want to guess? $200,000. Close. $462,000. Feel like you're getting ripped off? Now the good news is we're only going to charge you half of that.